Hello everybody, it's Lucas Mackintosh here and I'm back with a brand new retro let's play, and today, and over the course of several videos, I'm going to be playing through Parasite Eve 2 for the PlayStation 1, one of Squaresoft's finest games in my opinion, an alternative survival horror title. Why is it so alternative, you probably ask? Well, it takes everything that's great about survival horror games and fuses it with RPG elements, creating kind of a hybrid. It's almost as if Resident Evil met Final Fantasy and they fused together and you would get Parasite Eve 2. It's a very underrated game because your character can level up, gain experience points, increase her energy bar, cast spells, get weapons, equip armor. It's such a cool game and very underrated. I know that when I got this as a kid I just did not understand it. I think I was just a little bit too young to kind of understand how the game worked. I did find it very complex and confusing, as do many people, but I actually started playing it a few years ago and I really started to enjoy it. It really opened up to me. The thing about this game is you have to give it time, you have to invest a lot of time in it for it to really open up and for you to really understand how to play it. And once you understand how to play it, it becomes a lot more enjoyable. So in this game we play as Mist Agent Jill Valentine. Just kidding, just kidding. No, we do not play as Jill Valentine. We play as Aya Bria, or Aya Bria. I'm never sure how to pronounce it, so I'm going to say Aya. She is a Mist Agent working for the FBI, and their job is to hunt down neo-mitochondrial creatures wherever they may be, up and down the country, and maybe even the world as well. So some have actually been sighted in LA, where Aya is based, and she has to go and sort them out essentially with her team, but most of the time she's alone. So let's start up the game and let's get into it. Start a new game here. So yeah, it's kind of very odd, I think, for some people to go from playing Resident Evil and those games and then going to play this, because it's almost like a totally different ball game. Parasite Eve 2 has a very complex storyline, a very engaging characters. It's text based in typical RPG style, but you move around survival horror style. It's very interesting to say the least. So yeah, right at the beginning of the game we see that Aya is practicing basically, and I'm going to be doing that, practicing in order to earn some extra BP. BP, I should mention, is bounty points. So essentially in this game you see a creature, you shoot it, and once you shoot it, it dies, or they die, depending on how many there are, and I will level up, gain experience points, money, magic points, and obviously the more creatures she destroys, the stronger she gets throughout the game, and that's obviously the goal of any RPGs, to get stronger, and it's more imperative in this game that you get Aya, or Aya, I'm going to say Aya I think instead of Aya, it's easier on the tongue, because the boss at the end, well, the two bosses at the end are absolutely, just some of the toughest bosses I've ever faced. So yeah, here we go. So she's actually on the firing range here telling her story, so I'm not really going to read it out. You guys can kind of, you know, get a sort of sense of what's going on. But essentially she was a cop in New York, and she experienced these neo-mitochondrial creatures there, and ever since that experience, which she actually managed to save New York, she decided to move to LA and become a mist hunter and hunt down mitochondrial creatures for a living. So essentially she's almost like a bounty hunter. So yeah, I'm just going to do this just to earn some extra BP if I can, or currency I should say. But yeah, currency is absolutely essential in this game. You need to get as much as you can if you want to afford some of those bigger weapons and armor and things. So I'm going to be playing this game and really just going by the bare bones. I'm only really going to be using sort of, I would say, between two weapons, my handgun and a rifle. Now the rifle I'm going to get later because I can't afford it yet. We're going to start with level 1 here. I'm just going to practice a little bit just to get some extra BP, and then I'm going to crack on with the first campaign. So yeah, it's kind of like teaches you about the game's mechanics and things and what you need to do. So yeah, that's kind of what level 1's all about. The different levels kind of, you know, put you in different situations. You'll have moving targets as well on different levels, civilians and monsters and stuff, so just knowing what to shoot and what not to shoot. Not that that ever happens in the game, because your only battle encounters are enemies, so you can't actually kill any humans, which, you know, it's very strange that the game actually does this, but I think it needs to fill in time a little bit. Right, just refill my gun. There we are. There we are. Now, I've never been able to get every target before in this shooting range. I always miss a target, and it's very frustrating for me. Oh, see? I just keep missing them. I don't even know why. I think the game does it purposely. Come on. There we go. Nice. Yeah, if I can just earn like 300 BP, even that would be good enough. I do find this very laborious, this bit. I said all this just because I want a bit of extra money. Oh, see that? Just keep missing targets. It's like, what is the point of giving me all these targets if I just can't shoot them all? Ridiculous. The problem as well with this game is if you try to shoot them all like straight away, you automatically miss a target, so it's like you have to wait a few seconds before you shoot each one, and that kind of ruins the experience for me. Oh, I've got 200 BP out of it, so that's not too bad. I'm going to try and do level 2 now, and let's see if I can just earn some extra stuff. Right, okay, choose a weapon. Yeah, I think when you replay this game and you've unlocked all the weapons, you can actually choose a different weapon which is more powerful, and you'd probably be able to smash it then. But the fact you've only got your standard handgun here, I suppose, is pretty good, because it lets you know that, hey, there are more weapons you can unlock. So you do get this sense of progression with this game, that you do get stronger the further you get through this game. So here we go. This is going to be difficult. I hate level 2 because it's like all the targets are different, different strengths on them. So yeah, you always want to be reloading your gun. All the time. I'll try and do as well as I can on here. Yes, I'm just trying to reload each time. Oh, not bad. Not bad. It was actually pretty good for me. Right. Oh. Shit. Oh, come on, please. Oh, I missed it. I just missed it. Oh, I hate this. I really hate this. Come on. I got it. Pardon me. So I'm doing alright. I could always do better, put it that way. Okay. Okay, reload. There we go. Come on, please. Guys, that's the first time I've been able to get that pattern combination. I might actually do a little bit better on this. Come on. I'm trying. It's not like I'm not trying. You know what? I'm actually doing a lot better on level 2 than I've ever done before. I feel. Anyway, I don't know how the game feels about that, but it'd probably be like, no, you've done really rubbish. Let's see what I get. It'd probably be like under 16,000. Oh, 17,000? 200 BP. Oh my god, that's brilliant. You know what? I'm smiling now because I'm happy. I'm really happy at that result. And so I'm not going to carry on with the shooting range. I want to quit while I'm ahead because I've actually got some extra money to be going on with. Now, we need to talk to Pierce, which I think is through this door, in order to get the first campaign up and running. So let's do this. Come on, Aya. Or Aya, or whatever you're called. Here we go. Pierce, sir. I understand. So yeah, essentially, Aya's first mission. I'm going to call it Aya, but just because it's easy for me to say. It's probably Aya, but every time I keep saying Aya, I keep saying Aya. I've just always called her Aya, so that's kind of what I'm going to call her. I know it's probably not her right name. I'm just not sure how to pronounce it. But anyway, there's something going down at the Acropolis Tower in LA. Creatures have been seen. They're overrunning the place, and Aya has to go down and sort it out, essentially. So she's not your typical mist hunter in that she has kind of the same properties as the creatures. She can kind of invoke spells and stuff, and she's almost like a one-woman army, really. And I just love the fact that there's a division out there dedicated to hunting down these creatures. It's awesome and a great storyline for me. And all the locations Aya visits are just incredible. I will say it can be quite a frustrating game if you're playing this for the very first time. It can be very difficult to know what to do, and I'm by no means an expert at this game, but I will try and help you any way that I can. I will say you can literally get by in this game with just a rifle and rifle ammo, really, and just a handful of spells. You don't have to buy all the expensive weapons and everything. This game, as good as it is, fools you into thinking, oh look, a grenade launcher. I mean, it's a great weapon, don't get me wrong, but a lot of weapons in this game have strengths and weaknesses. So this is Jodie's firearms. You're supposed to go here and buy items straight away, but you don't really need to. So I'm only doing this just so I can get the next part of the game, because Pierce doesn't appear until you've actually been in there. I haven't actually bought anything. I do want to advise that you don't really need to buy anything from the beginning from Jodie. I mean, you can buy recovery and stuff, but there's no point because they give you more than enough items on site anyway. So I'm ready to go. And let's go down to the Acropolis Tower. Right, let's do this. So yeah, exciting times. Absolutely love this game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I can't believe it took me such a long time to realise how good this game is. I've checked out reviews of this game and people say, oh, it's pretty average, just another Resident Evil clone or Silent Hill clone. It really isn't. It kind of does its own thing, which is pretty cool. I mean, by no means am I thinking of Resident Evil when I'm playing this game. The storyline is absolutely awesome. I mean, imagine if Jill Valentine was able to do what Aya Brea could do. Like, level up and use spells. How cool would that be? Oh my god. Check it out. This is downtown. We've got the fire brigade. We've got the police. We've got the SWAT squad. Everybody's out to try and stop these creatures. But there's only one person who can. And that's Aya. Aya Brea. Right, okay. So, she's surveying the scene at the moment, and this is probably one of the coolest moments in the game. I do wish there were more moments like this where she's just walking through the crime scene and surveying the carnage. It's really good. I wish there were more scenes like this in the game. That's one of my bugbears with this game. It's almost like, you know, like watching the X-Files late at night. And like seeing these scenes where Mulder and Scully are like checking out the area and stuff. So we have to gain entrance this way. Alright, let's do this. So yeah, I mean, a recent playthrough for this game, I literally had more bounty points or currency than I could, you know, more than I could spend. It's great. I had loads of money. I was able to buy the top armor in the game. But apparently there are different endings in this game. I will attempt to try and get the best ending. I've never ever got the best ending in this game. I do want to add, the game makes you do certain requirements, and if you don't do them at a certain time, so like there's one instance where you've got to save, is it Mr. Douglas's dog? A guy called Mr. Douglas later on in the game, if you save his dog, you know, if you kill this creature within 3 minutes, under 3 minutes, then you saved him, and then the dog's supposed to help you find Pierce, one of Aya's colleagues. But if you don't kind of do a certain thing straight away, like go up this well like straight away, then the game won't load up that scenario, and it kind of shafts you over. So it's like you've got to do everything almost precisely, which kind of really annoys me, because, you know, if I save the dog, shouldn't they let me get the kind of, you know, the Pierce storyline? It's a storyline where Pierce follows Aya to the desert and gets in trouble, but if you don't do a certain requirement, you don't get to meet him. And even if you know he's supposed to be in trouble, he doesn't spawn in the area. I said, unless you do certain requirements, so the story changes, you see. So it's very complex. 3 different endings. I've only ever got the I guess the standard ending in this game, but I'm going to try my best anyway to try and get the best ending. I do have a walkthrough. The only reason I'm using a walkthrough is just to do some of those tedious puzzles, because yes, this is a RPG survival horror game, but just like a survival horror game, it does have puzzles, lots of them, and they can be very annoying and tedious, and trying to find the solution is just frustrating for me. So that's the only reason I'm kind of using a walkthrough, just for the puzzles. Alright, so I'm at the kind of top of the Acropolis now, or near the top, so I need to go through this door. So as I said, I try and get through the first campaign as quickly as I can. It can be quite a lot to take in if you've never ever played this game before, but it does borrow a lot from Resident Evil 2, I think, with just some of the backgrounds. It looks so similar. Pre-rendered backgrounds. It does like what a lot of these survival horror games does, I think, or do. Right, I'm just going to go to the phone. Now, this is another thing about this game. You save your game using payphones, which is pretty cool. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Let's save my game. Alright, let's do it. Okay. Right, and I'm going to go through this door because I can't do anything until I've got this key from this guy here. When you see it,
freeze.
You hear that? That's like the only voice samples in the game. And we found a SWAT officer here. So basically he needs our help. So the rest of the SWAT team have pretty much been wiped out. You know, the creatures have just, they have no mercy, and they will wipe out anybody they can find. And the SWAT are no exception. So this poor guy's wounded, and he's asked me to go save a lady who's down in the cafeteria, but I need the key, so he gives me the key now. So I'm going to take that. Cafeteria key. Brilliant. Tells me to watch my back, thank you very much. Right, it's a Coke machine. Nothing useful. Come on, a can of Coke would have been nice.